So what else causes the demand curve to shift? Well, looking at the example of Utah Jazz, we've talked about the first two things, which is price of related goods, and the second is income. The third thing is tastes and preferences. So let's suppose that the Utah Jazz are playing the Golden State Warriors at home in Vivint Energy Solutions Arena. Well, the question is, what would happen to the demand? Well, at $100, a lot more people might be willing to go to the game. So taste and preferences can also cause this demand curve to shift out, meaning that tickets for $100, you would be able to sell more of them, maybe 11,000. And so as such, the demand would shift out. So taste and preferences can cause a demand curve to shift out. Another thing that can cause a demand curve to shift is expectations. So the Utah Jazz had a wonderful season. They won in the first round. They have a young team. They have a young star, Donovan Mitchell. They have some good veterans. What are your expectations for the Utah Jazz this next year? You think, man, they're going to do really well. Well, if everybody thinks that, everybody might be willing to spend a little bit more money to buy tickets. So their willingness to pay increases, which causes the demand curve to shift out. And that would be the exact same scenario, is that things shift out. The last thing that affects this is what would happen if instead of in Salt Lake City, where the stadium is currently, what if they were to build it in Fillmore? Land is incredibly cheap in Fillmore. It is the first capital of the state of Utah. Why don't they build an amazing and big arena there in Fillmore? Well, the reason is because there's nobody that lives there. There are 25 people that live in Fillmore and another 14 that live in Meadow. So there are some. But a big reason that affects the demand is the number of buyers. So teams try to locate in cities where there are buyers, where there's a large population. And that's why Fillmore does not have a professional basketball team. But Cedar City does not either, but Salt Lake City does. So number of buyers will cause the demand curve to shift out. So these are the other three reasons that would cause a demand curve to shift, in addition to price of related goods and income.